Hello everyone, and tonight I'm playing something a little bit different from what I'd usually play, but Fastrak Metro popped up on my social media advertising, and I wanted to give it a go. Of course, this is a train simcade game that allows you to drive a train across 3 different tram lines across Melbourne, Sydney and Perth. Now I had to pick Melbourne because I am from Melbourne. If it wasn't obvious, I think I might have mentioned that in at least a dozen videos going way back, 13 plus years or so. But I was so enamored by this game that I just had to give it a go, and relatively few games have given me a smile as much as this game has. I just love the charm of the game, and I just feel like it's just been done so well. Like you don't get many games like this that are, well, you do get a few train sims, but you don't really get many that are based around where you grew up in and where you live, of course I've been Melbourne bound for a good chunk of my life, but I am very familiar with Sydney as well. So seeing the Sydney line there was quite nice. It's not the Sydney line specifically, it's the, let me get back to you on that one. It's on the actual page for itself. It's the Inner West line from Central to Parramatta, and I believe I've taken that line, but I've almost certainly been to Richmond Station and Flinders Street Station many a time to transit to Southern Cross or, head back down to where I live. But the Melbourne line that's featured here is actually the Belgrave-Lilydale line, and that is actually not the line that I often take. I love that you just get penalised in that. It's just I don't know, it's so goofy the way you just lose a lot of speed. But this game is a very really relaxing game, and it's just, you just gotta be precise, and I just really appreciate just how well done everything is. This is running at max settings, and this game just has a really nice little lovely aesthetic charm to it that I just feel like more games need to have. And it's running on Unity, so Unity can be a little bit heavy sometimes on consoles in particular and lower end systems, but my system's more or less considered a mid-end PC these days, or maybe mid-lower end with an RTX 3060 and an Intel i5 12400F, but I think the game still just oozes charm, and it's just simple to pick up but difficult to master. You got to be really precise with where you brake and everything like that, because of course these trains are big and they are very heavy, and they need lead up time to be able to just gently trail brake basically. But it's just really funny because again I've got basically no experience traveling on the Belgrade-Lilydale line, but I am very familiar with Richmond Station in particular because of my adventures going to the MCG there, and of course Flinders Street going to Southern Cross more or less. Actually, I'm more familiar with Southern Cross than I am Flinders Street, although I do have quite a few core memories of being in Flinders Street, particularly when I was dealing with my hand stuff and we would take the train up to Flinders Street and walk around there instead. But Flinders Street's still very familiar to me all the same. But yeah, we'll see Richmond Station a little bit later on. But this video is basically just me slowly figuring out how this game actually worked, because I was quite terrible at gauging when I needed to actually brake, because once it gets down to the meters, it goes down to centimeters, and they want you to be as perfect as you can, and I don't know, that's just hilarious to me. It's accurate to how metro stations work all around the world, and public transport and all that, but I just thought it was just funny to see that. And of course there we are, people going on board onto the Lilydale line off Flinders Street Station, heading out east. And again, it's weird because I've had a couple of games pop up on my social media feeds recently. One game I did want to do a video on, but I couldn't quite do because the way that the demo was rendering on my PC, it was rendering in desktop mode, kind of like my old High Hell video, if people have seen that one. But this game gave me none of those troubles, so it was just naturally just very easy. And I got carried away with the speed limit going up to 65, so I was instantly gunning for that. But coming out of Flinders Street onto Richmond Station, 2 kilometers, and the speed limit goes up to 65, which adds up. I didn't really pay that much attention to how quick these trains can actually go, but the trains are fully electrified, which is kind of neat. Where I live, it's kind of at the start of a line. I'll keep it vague, just as to not really dox myself. Maybe if they do that particular line, I'll do a video on it, because it'd be hilarious to do a video on that line, especially if it was the full line, actually. That would probably be a live stream more than anything else, actually, because I am at the end of one line in Melbourne. But the end of that line is also got a diesel line that goes further down, so it's okay, it's just interesting to see how all these different technologies with trains and all that kind of converge and update and become more modern as time goes on. But these landmarks around going en route to Richmond Station do look very familiar, especially the I don't think that's the MCG. I believe it could be the MCG. I'd actually say it almost certainly is the MCG, actually. I have been there many a time in the last 5 or so years, because in the hiatus between doing videos, not doing videos, and then doing videos again, well, I mean, it was always there as a kid, but I'd become a rather devout AFL fanatic, Australian rules football, for those who are not in the know. The only caveat is that the team I picked is not a team from Melbourne, but I am a diehard of the Greater Western Sydney Giants, so that's where the Sydney connection comes from. But I've been up to Sydney a lot as well in the last couple of years anyway, so I guess it just naturally works for me. But it's funny seeing the station entrance out this way, because I'm so used to it going further in, more towards the like the Melbourne Olympic complex, like where Rod Laver is and Margaret Court Arena is and Amy Park and all those areas. I'm more familiar seeing it out that way, so to see it through this perspective is interesting, and it's very accurate as well. Like, I mean, you know, you go look down Punt Road and all that, and there's a pub that I don't think they've modelled the pub that I've been to, but I think that a couple of weeks ago I would have been to that very pub. To the left of screen. It's now obscured by the platform itself, but you know, it's just, I don't know, it just fills me with a lot of joy just to see this sort of thing represented, because, you know, there's 8 billion of us on Earth, and there's millions upon millions of people who come through here every day, but we don't really just take how beautiful these places are for granted. I know, you know, the train stations can be rather barbaric and rather brutalist, but I'd say more brutalist than barbaric, really. But it's just, you know, these places are our home, and we don't get games of our home very often. So when we do get them, it makes them very special. As I'm 15 seconds late onto Richmond Station, which I believe would be par for the course for a metro service, really, because Metro Trains is well, let's just say it hasn't had the smoothest of runs in Melbourne. I remember it was Connex before that, because I remember my dad used to work for Connex/Metro as they were going through their changeover period. And then he went to become a speed camera operator afterwards, which I think is the clearest, most obvious example of out of the frying pan and into the oven. But hey, we move. He's still very well adjusted, and he's my father. I don't know if there's actually speed traps on these lines in real life. I mean, my lack of train knowledge really shows here. I'm not that autistic. I'm joking. I mean, I actually am. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there is, just to keep people in check. Because yeah, I you know, like the roads around Melbourne, a lot of people will just fang it, and just absolutely go haywire and make sure that they go as fast as they fucking can around everywhere without breaking the speed limit, which is usually like 87 in an 80 zone or 86 in an 80 zone. Just stuff like that. It's just how things are out around here, really. But it's funny because I've never actually been onto Burnley Station. Like, this does look very accurate to Melbourne's aesthetic, you know, even down to the very sunny period, a very sunny sort of time of day. I mean, we've had a very sunny winter, a very abnormally warm winter, as they so say, but hey, we all know the reason for that now, don't we? It's funny going back through my older videos and seeing some of the things I was talking about back then, and how they very much still ring true to this day. I mean, hey, look, when nothing changes, you know, you can't be upset with the results now, can you? But at least this game is delivering a smile to my face, which I haven't had very often this year, and for that, you know, this game has my support. I really hope this game does well. I'll be buying this game when it comes out properly on PC. If it comes to any other platforms, I'll happily buy it there as well. I mean, if it comes out on Xbox and there's achievements for it, I mean, I'll be playing it again on Xbox, because something like this on Xbox would just be fun to just dick around on. I don't know, it's just fun seeing a game based off like trains and, well, I mean, I'm not really a train person, so to say, but it's just fun seeing a game from your local area. It's not developed from people in my local area. It's developed by a gentleman or a person from Perth. But it is really cool to see nonetheless. And of course, we now enter the Burnley line, and you can see I slowly got to grips with the game. I think I overshot my station a little bit here. I overshot it by about 200 centimeters, which is a bit pedantic, but we reached the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I do plan on doing maybe another video on this game. We'll see how it goes. But that will basically wrap things up. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.